This video will teach you the E major, the A major, and the D major chords. For the E major, we're going to start with our second finger and third finger in the position of the E minor, with our second finger on the second fret of the fifth string, our third finger on the second fret of the fourth string. Now we're going to add our first finger in the first fret of the third string. Make sure that you're on the tip of your finger on each of those and pushing hard so that we can hear all 6 strings ring for this chord. The A major chord is going to have our first finger on the fourth string, second fret, and our second finger on the third string, second fret, and our third finger on the second string, also in the second fret. Now, that's a lot of fingers to fit into one fret, so if you notice, I'm going to rotate my hand this way a little bit so that I can get the tips of my fingers to stack as closely as I can, and my third finger is going to be right behind the fret so that I can get them on the tips and get all 6 strings to ring. It's not that important that you play the 6th string for this chord. You can play the bottom 5 on this chord as well. Your D major chord is another chord that's going to use 3 fingers. We're going to put our first finger on the second fret of the third string. We're going to skip the second string and put our second finger on the second fret of the first string, and our third finger is going to come out on the third fret of the second string. And again, we want to be coming straight in with our fingers. Many beginners tend to tilt their fingers this way, and it makes it hard for the notes to come out. We want to really get up on the tips of our fingers and try to squeeze the fingernails, which should be cut short by the way, squeeze them kind of into the fretboard itself. Now, my thumb is pointed towards the ceiling, but it's also up against the back of the neck so that I can get pressure and squeeze hard on this. I like to also touch my thumb against the top string. You'll notice on the chord chart there's an X there because we do not want to play this top string in this chord. The 6th string we want to mute with our thumb. So we're only going to get the bottom 5. We want to try to work one string at a time to make sure we're getting all 5 strings playing on this chord. When I mute that, it's just going to make a little percussive sound that's not going to be important. If I accidentally strum it, it's not going to change the sound of the chord.